What's going on, you guys? My name is Megan, and this is Pastor Romance, where I talk to you guys about all the romance books that I have been reading, or in the case of today's video, that I plan to read this month. Am I going to read them? We'll find out. Because I don't know. So far, it's January 5th, and I have not read any of the books on the TBR. So we're just going to find out. So before I ramble for too long, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it and tell you guys about the first book that I want to talk about, which is Crazy Stupid Bromance by Lyssa K. Adams. I've been trying to read this book. I bought it over Thanksgiving, and I'm super excited to read it, but for whatever reason, I just can't bring myself to read it yet. I just can't read it. I don't know. So hopefully this month I can get out of that. I think I'm still in a book hangover from Mac's book. So I want to read that book for one. The next book I want to read is called Save the Dade by Carrie, and it actually popped up on my TikTok For You page is how I found it. And I don't get that many book TikToks. I'm not super on book TikTok yet. But she did like a short, I don't even think it was 60 seconds, but it might have been about this book, and I'm very interested in it. So this is, the synopsis is, you know the pact you make with your childhood best friend of the opposite sex, the one where if you're both single, lonely, and hopeless at 30, you'll marry each other. This is the story about what happens when you hit the big 3-0 and have to make good on that pinky promise. We're going to find out. There's more to the synopsis than that, but I'll link it down below. I'm excited to read this one. I think this one will be really good. I have really high hopes for it. It has 4.5 stars and 107 ratings. It is free on Kindle Unlimited, so it will be linked down below for you guys because I'm super excited to read that one. The next book I'm also equally excited to read. It's called The President's Assistants. It is an enemies to lovers romance by Faye. And again, all these down below. They're not affiliate links. They're just to make it easier for you because I know I don't like to always have to go look. So my goal in life is just to make it easier for somebody else. The tagline is "Pregnant by the potential next POTUS." Washington, we have a problem here. It is called Reid Pretense. It is the irresistibly handsome last-minute candidate who runs for presidency. He's looking for a new assistant to support his campaign. I'm ready to notch up my political career. Sounds like a win-win, right? But yet Reid isn't your ordinary prince from a fairy tale. His arrogance is off the charts, and he can be cold and demanding. At the same time, I've never felt more alive and excited to be around a man. Soon enough, he asked me to stay in his office. Seems like he wants to mentor me not only in politics, but also biology. A few weeks later, 2 lines on my pregnancy test make my world turn upside down. It is now a good time to let the potential future leader of our country know that I'm carrying his unexpected surprise. Here are some things you need to know about me and why I'm so excited about this book. One of my favorite shows of all time is The West Wing in the newsroom. Any political show Aaron Sorkin has ever written is a show that I have watched and have loved dearly. In the first season of The West Wing, there's kind of a byline of Sam. It's like a B plot or a C plot to the show. That first season, or at least for several episodes, Sam is sleeping with a prostitute, but he's not paying her for sex. She just happens to be a prostitute, and they're friends and they're like dating. He just happens to be dating a prostitute. And that's what she calls herself. I think that's what she might call herself an escort, but essentially that is the like B plot, because there's always like 4 plots going on in every episode. And that's what this makes me think of. And Sam Seaborn is one of my favorite characters on the show. I don't think there's a bad character on the show. That's enough rambling. I also have a degree in politics. I have a bachelor's degree in political science. So I'm excited to read this. This brings two of my things that I love into one big thing, and that is so exciting to me because I don't see that every day. So the next book on my TBR is Faking It by Kaswell. It is the first book in the Inked Love book series. It is on Kindle Unlimited. It says, it's fake, but it feels oh so real. Forrest Ballard is never falling in love again. Once was enough for the brooding tattoo artist. When he finds himself in need of a girlfriend, he has the perfect solution: faking it. Plus-size model Sky Kim is happy to oblige. A passionate pretend relationship is just the thing to help win her the lingerie contract she's been seeking. So what if Forrest is her best friend? She's a big girl. She knows how to draw the line between real and pretend. It starts simply: a photo shoot, a family dinner, one too many drinks with friends. Despite his broken heart, it's easy smiling like he's madly in love. It's easy holding her close. And when her red lips brush his, it's easy falling head over heels. Pretending isn't enough, but does she want him for real, or is she faking it? It's a standalone friends to lovers / pretend girlfriend romance. And it was previously titled The Best Friend Bargain. So if you've read The Best Friend Bargain, apparently this is the same book. I'm so excited to read that one. That just seems like it's right up my alley. Next on my list is Beauty and the Billionaire by Landish. It is a dirty fairy tale, book 1 in the series. Thomas Goldstone, the byline, or not the byline, but the tagline is Ruthless Bastard, White Knight, but I just call him Boss. Thomas Goldstone, a man of $1 billion in custom tailored suits, he demands more than your best. He's scary, driven, haunted by inner demons that have taken him to the brink, but beneath the arrogant, controlling facade lies a heart of gold. It makes me want to solve him one growly, messy piece at a time, to be the only one who sees the truth of the man. But I'm me, a pink-haired, anime-loving, data-crunching geek with an office in the basement of Goldstone headquarters. My chances with the big boss, statistically insignificant. His burning gaze and clenched jaws say otherwise, though, gives me hope and ignites a flame so hot my glasses fog up. I shouldn't mix business with pleasure. I shouldn't tempt the beast upstairs. Shouldn't keep wondering, do fairy tales really come true? I'm excited. I have purple hair now. So we're gonna see, man. I'm excited to read that one. It sounds like it's gonna be really good. Next on the list is The Secret to Dating Your Best Friend's Sister by Meghan Quinn. And if you know me, as Tamika will tell you, my favorite romance trope of all time is brother's best friend. Specifically older brother's best friend, because I have an older brother. I think I have a video on that somewhere. So anytime that is involved, I'm here for it. I will read it. I'm here for it. This one is specifically by Meghan Quinn. I've already read one of her brother's best friend romances, and I loved it. It was great. Or they might not have been best friends, but they were friends. The Dugout. Carson and Millie story. I highly recommend that one also. It is a delightful romantic comedy centered in New York City about falling in love with your best friend's sister. How do you date your best friend's sister? Easy. Step 1, pretend you want to set her up with someone else. That will bring the two of you closer. Step 2, go on a date with lots of random women. Proceed to get stupid drunk and talk about your best friend's sister, thus gaining the courage to finally make a move. Step 3, randomly show up at her apartment and confess your love. Women love that, right? It all seems so simple, a foolproof 3-step process that will guarantee the love of your life will fall madly in love with you. At least that's what I thought was going to happen, but my attempts went over Julia Weston backfired in more ways than I can count. The thing about Julia, she's smart, really smart, and her wicked gaze cuts through the charm I've tried slinging her away. She's not interested in my games, my gifts, or my stories. She wants me to, but she's not giving in that easy. And if that doesn't sound like something I would like to read, I don't know what does. I don't know. I don't know what else could sound more Meghan than that synopsis. Oh my god. There's gonna be groveling. I love a groveling. I love a groveler. We love it. We love to see it. Next on my list is kind of one that's off-brand for me, because it's not, I don't think it's a romance book. It is Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. My best friend actually read this book on Goodreads the other day and then recommended it to me. So I'm going to read it because I love her. And it's not, she's on a booktube. She's a new mom though. And I love her. So they're fantastic. but I'm going to read Anxious People. It is an ingeniously constructed story about the enduring power of friendship, forgiveness, and hope, the things that save us even in the most anxious of times. And I live in a constant state of anxiety, always anxious. So, we'll find out. We'll see what happens. So yeah, like I said, my best friend recommended it. She said it was really good. She told me I needed to read it, so now I'm going to read it. Next on the list is Teach Me by Olivia Dade. I really enjoyed the Olivia Dade book that I read. Spoiler alert, I loved it. I thought it was so good, so well done for what it is. Tagline is their lesson plans didn't include love, but that's about to change. When Martin Krause arrives at Rose Owens' high school, she's determined to remain chilly with her new colleague. Unfriendly, maybe. Understandable, yes. Since a loathsome administrator gave Rose's beloved world history classes to Martin, knowing it would hurt her. But keeping her at a distance from a man as warm and kind as Martin will prove challenging, even for a stubborn, guarded Ice Queen. Especially when she begins to see him for what he truly is, a man who's never been taught his own value. Martin could use a good teacher, and luckily, Rose is the best. Rose has her own lessons about trust, about vulnerability, and about her past to learn. And over the course of a single school year, the two of them will find out just how hot it can get when the Ice Queen melts. Okay, I saw Bree talk about this book. Bree at 11 Words talked about it, and I was really excited, and I was like, I want to read it. Oh my god. Then I found out it wasn't a student-teacher romance, but it was a co-worker romance, and I think I can be okay with that, because it sounds really good, and I liked Olivia Dade's first book. So, I'm going to give it a shot, and we're going to see what happens. Obviously, if and when I read it, I'll report back on it. Next on the list, I really am afraid that I'm getting ready to become, like, my brand is going to be 2 authors, and that's it. And I'm just waiting on it. I'm going to read Gifting Me to His Best Friend, A Touch of Taboo, Book 2 by Katie Robert. I think I'm going to become a Katie Robert stan. I do, and I'm nervous about that. I can't recommend her books to my mother. I read Desperate Measures, and I read the 3rd book in this series, which is My Dad's Best Friend. So the synopsis for this one is, this Christmas my husband is going to give an unconventional gift for his best friend, me. It's only supposed to be for one night, but one night becomes 2, becomes our entire vacation. There are no rules except the ones we make, and sharing what brings both Derek and Grayson closer than any of us could have imagined. This year, what happens in our bedroom will put the 3 of us on Santa's naughty list, and at the bottom in asterisk is a sword cross guarantee. So, I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this one. Beyond belief. Next on the list, I only have 3 more on my list here, is The Roommate by Rosie Danan. Basically, it's about a girl and a guy. The girl's name is Clara. She finds herself sharing a lease with a charming stranger. Josh may be a bit too perceptive, not to mention handsome for comfort, but there's a chance he and Clara could have survived sharing a summer sublet if she hadn't looked him up on the internet. So, I don't think I don't think it's going to be a hate to love or anything like that. I don't know. I'm excited to read this one too because I've seen good things. And right now, on Amazon, it has 4 stars and 996 ratings. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. See if I like it. The last 2 books that I want to read this month make me sad. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about them together. It's Beard With Me and Beard Necessities, both by Reid. Beard With Me is Scarlett's book, but she doesn't go by Scarlett anymore. Claire. Yeah, Claire. Sorry. She's not technically my niece, but I call her my niece. My niece's name is Clara, and like I thought I was just sleep deprived. She's a newborn. But anyway, Bear With Me is Claire or Scarlett's book. I don't know if it takes place in the past or not. I need to look that up. Is Roscoe's book time jumped? So I don't know. I think one of these goes back. It's the origin story of Billy Winston and Scarlett St. Clair. And it's just the beginning of their epic love story. So she is Scarlett in this book. This is before she gets married. That's not a spoiler. That's all throughout the first 5 books. This is all before she gets married. I'm excited to read that one, and then we'll talk about Beard Necessities really quick. Beard Necessities is now, like, is present day Winston Brothers. I'm gonna assume it follows the timeline. I don't know. Billy Winston's family's going to see him happy and in love. It's the last thing they do. They've been trying so hard to get Billy and Scarlett together, or to at least get in a room together and talk, and neither of them will. So I'm excited to read this and finish out the Winston Brothers series, because I've already read Beardy Bonus. That'll leave me with time until March to reread the 2 Cletus books that are already out, which is Beard Science and then Engagement and Espionage Before Marriage and Murder comes out. So I'm excited. Hopefully I get through all these books. I would like to come back and tell you guys at the end of the month that I finished these. So maybe this will hold me accountable to, Meghan, you have to read these books. But we'll find out. So until next time, if you have any questions about anything, as always, down below, my Twitter, my Instagram. Twitter's your best bet. Leave me a comment. If you just want to say hi, like, I try to comment back. I'm super awkward. It's fine. All the book links are going to be down below. Again, none of those are affiliate links. That's just me trying to help you out. My script link is going to be down below. Anything like that you guys are looking for, you can generally find it in the description box. If you can't, hit me up. I'll get it for you. And until next time, you guys, keep reading.